was the first part? It's the part plays itself. I've never had such fun. It's just doing anything. It's all. For the drinking parts, I drank a lot.
Kind of like tonight, right?
Yes. Yeah.
When you read the script, I mean, did you have any like instant reaction, like I know how to do this? This is like somebody else that I played.
Yes, I read the script and I wanted to do it, and I just found out that I'm the reason it got made because I was begging John to do the role. I wish I'd known this before we started talking money.
He's got a joke. John, you've had, because you were on, working on NBC shows. A young woman wants to obviously experience, the nightlife, wants to go out dancing, wants to go out having a good time, but she's also forced to be in this maternal role because she's really raising the family. Talk a little bit about that and what the difficulties were of playing a character like that who's kind of torn between these two worlds.
Well, I think initially when I read the script, I was so drawn to a character with such duality, somebody who was so young but who was in such a parental role, and it was interesting how, I think John has explained this before, how they really write the children roles in much more adult, mature voices, and the adult characters really as kind of children, which is where a lot of the humor comes out of. I mean, and I just loved the character. There was such love and loyalty in this family, and I grew up with a single mom and was an only child, so I've always had personally a real hunger to be around other kids my age, and so when I got the chance to be around kids, I've never been in a real big family environment like this show. I really bonded with them, and it was really easy to form those kind of really strong relationships. And yeah, she is a young person. She does want to go out and have boyfriends and have fun, but I think on a deeper level, she has a lot of responsibility. And I don't know that she knows that she's really worthy of anything real, like real love in her life yet, because she's never really seen that as an example. So that's kind of where I started.
Right. And you have on the show this very complicated relationship with Steve, who's played by Justin, where it's on again, it's off again, you guys are fighting a lot. And Justin, talk about Steve, because Steve's got he's got a lot of secrets. He's a man who, he's kind of like disappearing a lot. You don't see him, you don't really know what's going on with him.
We have a complicated relationship in real life.
You can talk about Dragon Ball, too.
Let's not.
Yeah, Steve is he is a complicated individual. I think with Steve, I mean, he grew up in such a different world as the Gallaghers. I mean, the Gallaghers are all, there's so much love in the family, and it's so messy, and it's the exact opposite of what he grew up. He grew up with parents that just pursued power their entire life, so they never showed him a way to love. And he just comes into this world and is completely obsessed with it, and obsessed with finding a way to be in love. But he's a love addict. He's a junkie, and in other ways besides the alcoholism. And yeah, he's a man of lots of secrets, because he has shame in the same way that Fiona has shame for her family and her father. Steve has shame for his family and his family's upbringing.
I am an actor and a man of modest means, and because of that, but that's what
it's not that modest. But
that's what was exciting about it, is all these little puns in here. Hard. I think going into it, it was scary. It was like, how's it gonna happen? How's it gonna shot? But I think there was a lot of relief and triumph afterwards.
Triumph?
Triumph. Actually, it was very gratifying. Afterwards, I had a cigarette after that. I mean, yeah, it was scary. Like, showing anybody, doesn't matter who you are, I think, but I think if you are a little bit too free to show that and don't have the fear, then there's something wrong with you. You should go into the other business. But, it was nerve-wracking.
But I think we want to make a distinction between nudity and sexuality. We try and show
a lot of it is internal, although he does have some times when he kind of comes out and says something surprising. In the first episode, when he discovers that Ian's gay, and he's giving him really a hard time. I was wondering, okay, well, is Lip homophobic? Is that where this character's going? What do you think about that?
No, I mean, I think that, Lip was upset about that. It was more about his brother not being honest with him, I think, and keeping something from him, and Lip and Ian's relationship are, it's just so vital for them. It's, they talk to each other and they tell each other everything, and I feel like Lip's anger came from a different place. It was not homophobic whatsoever. It was just about his brother not being completely honest and truthful with him, which, Lip depends on him to do.
Right, because as family members, they share a lot. I mean, it's a really close-knit family, despite the fact that there's all this raging dysfunction everywhere.
Yeah.
Sounds like pretty much every family I know.
I want to get to some questions.
John, it occurs to me, Jeremy's the only guy that hasn't been naked on the show.
That's not true, is it? I've been naked a few times.
Not on camera, though.
I want to get some questions. Raise your